Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. On our color pencil technique, we're going to be using the Gorgeous stamp set, and this one is called Ruby. And I'm going to be using the Spectrum Noir color pencils, and I have them in a container that I got from Walmart. And we're also going to be using Gamasol, which is an odorless mineral spirit. And we're going to use it with these paper stumps. And of course, you need your pencil sharpener. So let's get started. So right now what I'm doing is working on her skin, and on the skin I'm still learning myself how to use different color combinations, but what I'm doing is putting down the light color first and then going in with a darker similar color to put in some shading. Okay, and then once I lay down enough of the color that I want, that's when I get my blending stick and I dip it into the Gamasol. And what the Gamasol does is it takes the color crayon and it makes it smooth. I don't know if you've ever, used colored crayons, regular crayons, pencils. They leave a waxy buildup, and sometimes you can see your drawing or your coloring marks, and the Gamasol smooths it out and it makes it really nice. So I definitely suggest it whenever using your color pencils. Now for her hair, what I'm doing is I'm using 3 different colors, and what I'm trying to do is, if you ever notice, like when people do marker videos, they always use either 3 colors or at least 2, and it's just to cause a little bit of contrast. You want some shading, darker areas and lighter areas to make the drawing seem more realistic. And so I'm just trying to show you that you can do the same thing even with color pencils. I didn't go to school and learn how to use color pencils and markers. This is just over the years, always loving to color and draw on my own and watching other YouTube videos. So, after seeing what others have learned, this is what I enjoy doing. So on her dress, we're using 2 different shades of blue. And what I decided to do on the dress more so is just color in with the 1 color of blue and then do a darker shade for the details. So the top of her collar, the little slip underneath the dress, and her polka dots. Just to give it a contrast that way. And then I wanted to also show you the technique I did the other week on the not the markers, but the watercolor pencils or pens that we used, and I darkened the one side and then brought the color over with the water. You can do the same thing with the Gamasol, and I'm going to show you that here on the stockings or the leggings. So you can see here how I'm dragging the blue over to the far right side. And then I do the same thing with the black. And without doing much, it's already giving you a contrast, because you have the darker section over on the far left, and then as it comes over, it gets lighter. So it just shows that even though the medium might be different, a lot of the techniques that you learn using markers or watercolors, you can adapt it even with the color pencils. Alright, and we're just continuing on the leggings. And then for the cat, I wanted to kind of keep the cat neutral, so I decided to do gray, and then I took a darker gray to do some of the shadowing for the kitty cat. He just looks so comfy. Now in this picture, it was easy. On the cat, it was really big to see how the color moves with the Gamasol. You can see it, blending, and it kind of took a little bit of the gray away, the darker gray, but I was okay with that. So I just continued on to the rest of the swing. Now on the inside, I stamped just the cat by itself, and I'm showing you here, I'm, coloring him in, putting the shadow in, and using the Gamsol to, make it nice and smooth. And the same technique as far as grounding the picture, I did the same thing. A little bit of grays right underneath the kitty cat, and then used the Gamsol to move it around. And I did the same thing with her, just to kind of give her a little bit more grounded. I know she's on this swing, but I like the idea of like maybe the swing was low and she was letting her feet drag on the ground. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment, and we're using this stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, and we just put thinking of you. And since this is a one layer card, I went ahead and corner chomped my edges to give it a complete look. So thank you guys again for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Friday with our next video. Thanks, you guys. Have a great one.